Final day of West Kernow Way. Birds are tweeting. We are awake. Got the coffee on the go. Using this nice little Cedar Summit drippy thing. It has been very cool. It sort of folds down, you can't see that, but you get the idea, it folds down. Fits inside the kettle. Got about 60k today, maybe a bit less if it's the route's kind to us. Just having a few more moments of lying down. Not quite ready to get up yet. Anyway, I hope for some nice steady rolling today. If you stop at Portreath, the hill out of Portreath on your start of the day is a brute, it really is. Then you pick up these kind of mining trails again. It kind of weaves around this golf course on top of the hill. But yeah, that's a nice warm up for the legs on a Sunday morning. Woo! We're just going over the top of well, GoPro battery just went flat there. Rather inopportune moment. But it's okay because there's plenty of other tin mines that we're going past. Quite cool really, aren't they? And then we're going over broadly in the direction of this hill over here. That's cool. Let's go right. We're just pushing up this bit. We had a look at the map. This is the official route. So you've had to, I mean, you get up here if you're handy on your mountain bike and you had no kit on. But on a gravel bike, a bit tricky with all your camping gear. Yeah, it's a good example. I think the route is to take us up to this castle thing, which is obviously a nice little landmark. But the National Cycle route continues around the bottom and then it's all rideable. So question whether or not the monument is worth the push. That's the question. Take a run up. So this is the bit of the West Kernow Way which is actually a river. It's a small, I mean maybe a big stream. Anyway, somebody warned us on Facebook that there's a bit of the route that's wrong because it just goes through the stream. I didn't maybe they intended it to go through the stream, who knows. So anyway, I've been told I've got to take a run up, so I'm going to have to put the GoPro down, I think, and we'll see what happens. So I got through, oh, hang on a minute. If you had 50mm tyres, you'd probably be alright. I got these kind of only got 38s on, and I just sunk straight into the sand on the bottom of the riverbed, and at that point I got wet feet. My bike handling skills couldn't quite get me through. I can see, I mean, it's probably fine. I mean, yeah, it's probably not what I was expecting to ride through, but yeah, this sort of, you can see it's pretty nice actually. It just winds along next to this little stream. But I can imagine if the stream came up in winter and stuff, you'd be, yeah, you might not be riding this. Isn't that pretty?
Pretty.
Wowzers, big news story. We just timed it perfectly when the Tour of Britain came by. We had to stop and wait for them because the road was closed. But yeah, absolutely brilliant. Racing through, racing through. Awesome, awesome. Portreath down to Marazion, and we haven't found a single place to get any food yet. So, however, we did pass right early on one McColl's shop in on the edge of Red Roof, I think, but that was it. Since then, it's just been gravel and rock. It's been good, but there's no food. Well, just took a little detour, desperate for some pasties, any kind of Cornish speciality food. So we just we dived off, passed along the road for a couple of villages where we knew there were some shops, and we thought we might be able to find some food, but alas, it is Sunday in Cornwall in these strange times and nothing was open. So I think if you're planning just this section, stop, whoa, we might be down here, yeah, pack a pasty in your bag. So interestingly enough, we are at the point where the figure of 8 crosses. We just realised, so when you come up on day one, you come up here, and then when you go back at the end, you go back down there. And because we're so hungry, we're going to do a bit of bush foraging. Yeah, I mean, it's the thing with bikepacking, isn't it? You haven't got any space to sort of take a load of food, so
yeah. They're nice.
Thank you. They're ripe. They're really good.
Not very many of them, though.
How many calories of
Oh dear.
do I need?
I need another
A few more. Yeah, so if you make it to this point, Marazion is not far down there. It's pretty cool, huh? Just so we're not far from Marazion, but the last part of this route is wrong on the map. It's impassable, basically. There's no way through. It's probably a way through if people chop down a load of bushes and things, but the bridleway that is shown is basically not passable at the moment. So we're having to whack our way through this kind of undergrowth stuff just to get to this little lane, and then hopefully we'll be able to get back down from there. But not what you want towards the end. Just having a nice little woodland walk. This is not a cycle path, unfortunately. I'm not sure what the logic is of putting this in the West Kernow Way. I'm also not sure if they've ridden it recently. Maybe the guidebook says something about this bit. Maybe it's optional. But as you can see, it's a lovely little woodland. We don't want a load of bikes coming through it though, really. It'll just wreck it. And it'll just make lots of unhappy bike cyclists walking up and down the steps and through the nettles. So we've had our nice little walk in the woods. Now we're doing some gravel riding again. Happy days. So I mean, we are getting near the end, so it's kind of, we're summarising a little bit, and we'll do some more after it's all kind of sunk in. You know, we've not ridden all of the West Kernow Way. We've done a few bits into a road just to kind of link things up and get food and whatever else. And actually, the thing about it is, at the moment, it's not possible to do all of the West Kernow Way, because actually there are parts of it that are impassable, and anybody that I think says they've done it all will have had to do a little bit of rerouting on the fly and walking around stuff, or going on roads or whatever. So yeah, bring your wits with you if you're planning to do it. Look what we have here. The end of the ride. famous St Michael's Mount, Marazion. This is the official end of the West Kernow Way. We made it!
Only just.
Oh, hang on, we go down there. It's not down here. Well, no.
You'd be better off down this way and then.
It seems to suggest we go that way to the road and then along. I mean, this is. We could have gone straight on, couldn't we? You can see the road, can't you? There's just like bits of randomness in this route, but it's just not quite. We could have gone straight on, but of course we're following the Garmin, so.
Added like unnecessary 300 metres on. I can almost see the van route. 300, yeah, we can see the car. I'm just looking for the cream tea. I'm going straight to cream teas. We've had no lunch because it's Sunday and everything's closed, but we're hoping that everything will be open in Marazion. It's clear. Whew. So I mean, the last little bit of that today was a bit arsey because it was unrideable crap basically, and just like, it's not what you want for an epic bike ride. The West Kernow Way is lots of epic bits, and when they sort all the little niggly bits out, it'd be amazing. At the moment, the niggly bits are really, well, they're prickly and they're stingy and there's lots of walking on them. So, yeah, but like minor niggles really. Done an amazing job. Just needs a little bit more refinement and then it'll be bonza. Marazion is, you've got to time your arrival just right if you want to go across. We wondered if we might get across today, but we've been a bit slower than we were expecting, and it's ferries only to get across. So we can only look at it and marvel at it. Yeah, so if you do want to go across, look at your tide tables before you come, and you might be able to get over there. I think it's really nice actually from memory. Once over there a long time ago, but yeah, that is the end of the West Kernow Way. Say bye-bye. That's the end. We have had our Stoke with the beer we carried around the whole ride. We've had our cream tea and pasty. Only thing left to do is ride home. No, we brought the van and we left it here. I can see, I mean, I'm in the West Kernow Way Facebook group, but I can already see the early signs of controversy around the little niggles on the route that we kind of encountered. And yeah, it'd be interesting to see how that pans out. There are minor niggles. There's a few bits where they're just the GPX track is, you know, maybe not quite the right place, or maybe it just needs a little bit of work on it. But I mean, other than that, it's a mega ride. Stoked to have done it. Haven't done the entirety of it. We had to cut out a few little bits, but you'll do the same if you want to get food and whatever. So just have that in mind and get out there, enjoy it.